Hey guys, this is Kysen here, and today I'm going to show you how to fully 100% automate your plastic production. Hello everybody, this is Kysen here, and welcome back to another episode here on the FTB Ultimate Reloaded series. Now today we're going to get into the automation of plastic production, which is a really important thing for us to progress through the pack and get some more machines and things. But just before we get into that, I just wanted to say a few of you have asked me about the Discord link and the one that's down in my video descriptions, and basically said it was broken, but I have now fixed that, so if you guys want to join the Discord, the link's in the description, please do come along and we can chat there. But that's that for now, and we're going to get into the automation. And today with the automation process, we're actually going to automate this from start to finish so that basically the system will just completely produce plastic without us having to do a thing, which is pretty awesome. Now the first thing that we need to do is make a compressor. Now this isn't needed as such, but it will be needed later for the system. So we're going to do this one here from IC2, the compressor. We've got all the stuff for this, I already checked, and you'll see here I've got a few things ready for it in a moment as well. But with the compressor, we need that, we need some iron as well. So let's just take, actually let's take, maybe do like half a stack's worth of it, something like that will probably be enough. Because I do want to keep some iron left. You see there I'm running a little bit low. Probably need to do another mining trip soon. But basically we have our IC2 set up in here, and you know it's not ideal, but it'll work for what we're doing. So we put the compressor in there. That's being powered. Great. Get the iron going on, and I'll just let you see what this is actually going to make. And it's a little bit slow, this machine, but it is going to be quite useful for us, not just for today's episode, but also going forwards. So definitely worth making that. So here we go, we get these things, iron plates from Thermal Foundation. Now they're used in a whole lot of different machines and things, and we'll be using them towards the end of today's episode as part of the plastic automation process. So that was the first thing that we needed to do. Now I've got a lot of stuff here, but what we need to get the plastic is a latex basically. So we want a latex processing unit, one of these things here, which that's the recipe there. So there we go, we got one of those, very good. Now let me see, the other thing we're going to need here is what's called a pitiful generator, and the recipe for that is as such. So there we go. Oh, I'm missing some things. What am I missing to make this? Let's have a look. Cobblestone, is that it? Aha, that's an easy fix. Certainly could be worse things that we'd be missing out on. I'll take a few stacks and chuck in here because cobble is actually used in quite a few recipes for different things, so wouldn't hurt to have some of that in there. So let's try this again. Pitiful, here we go. And add that in, and we should be good. Oh, I'm missing something else. I missed that I was missing something. One of these things, a machine frame, which we can make. Okay, good. That's useful. Let's put that away. Back to the pitiful. I wish this kind of saved over here, but there we go. So we got our pitiful generator. Very good. You can stay there for a moment. Now we got the servos, got some fluiducts, some item ducts. It's going to be important. I got a couple of generators you can see here. We're going to need those for sure. Aqueous Accumulator as well. Some of the stuff that I made up off cam is, I've done this in previous episodes, so if you guys want to see how it's made, you can go and look there. But for now, this would be, for this episode, there's no need to sort of repeat that. We also want an electric furnace. Let me see about making up one of those, if I can spell. Here we go, electric furnace. We are missing something for that as well. That's the problem. It's hard to check everything in modded with the recipes because there's just everything's so involved, Oh my goodness. Such a little rabbit hole we've ended up in here. So we need some refined iron. Well, I had some of that cooking up before. I don't think I used it all. Oops. In here. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, so let's chuck that in the system. And there we go. If we just put one of those in there, we'll get what we need for that. Put this stuff back in. Electric furnace. Where were we? This one here. Add that in, and we are good to go. Now, let's see. We're also going to need some tree fluid extractors, which are, here we go, these things. So let's make some of these. We need 3 of those. We've got enough for 2. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what we're missing out on this time. So, tree fluid extractor, an iron gear. Okay, there we go. Another easy fix, so that's good. Let's put you back in the system. Back to the tree fluid. There we go. Add you in, and we have 3 of you. Very good. We also want a block placer. All part of the automation, of course. And this, you'll see, requires plastic. So, although we want one of these, we're not actually able to do it just yet. So we can start off here with what we got, basically. So let's move a couple of these things sort of out the way. I sort of cleared a little bit of an area here just to make this. Did consider flattening it, but I thought why not go up and do it up here and maybe sort of in this corner as well on different levels, because that could look kind of cool. So tree fluid extractors, we want these. Now the best way to place these, I guess I'll place them for now just kind of here-ish. And I'm going to need to turn them all around as well. So actually I'm going to need like a wrench or something to do that. So let me see. I believe I have the tool for that, because I think I was doing this before. I think that'll work. There we go. So we need all of these facing on the inside like that one is. These black things here facing on the inside. And we put that in there. And you can see here, these have started already to collect latex, so that's great. So our latex is going to go there, and then we need to get it from these machines to an external place. And that external place will be the latex processing unit, of course. So let's see, I'm going to need this for a second just to get rid of that. There we go. And we can connect up these like this. There we go. And run them down in this sort of direction. And now around here is where we're going to want our latex processing unit. So if we place that about there-ish should be good. And we can get some more fluiducts and put them in there like that. Now we need a servo. So I've got a few of these made up on each of these. And a little trick. So last episode we did some work on the Steve's Carts farm and we used servos. You don't actually need to power them. You can just tell them to ignore redstone and then they will be powered all the time. So we can power all of these without the need for actually using any redstone to do that. There we go. So now they should be pumping latex into here, and there we go. We can see that is happening. Now I'm going to sleep because I can just see a creeper coming along and blowing up our wonderful setup, and that wouldn't be so good. So let's go and do that. Now, in the last episode, I did mention at the end about you guys setting challenges for me. Basically, this was a comment one of you guys left, a guy called Ian Rupp. Thank you to Ian for that comment regarding fan challenges within this series. So if you'd like to leave me a challenge, go down in the comments and just leave a challenge, and I will pick out some good ones to do in the future. Probably do an episode on that in the future. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that in case you guys were interested. Now then, underneath this, the latex processing unit, I'm going to clear a little bit of an area. And in here, we need, there it is, the Aqueous Accumulator. So that can go there. Now that auto outputs on top, so that's why it's going underneath. And what we're going to do is in this little area here, I'll just kind of come around like this. We're going to create an infinite water pool, basically. So let's see if we have any buckets in our system. I'm not sure that we do, to be honest. Not one. So let's go and make up another one. There we go. Like that. So where can I grab water from? I'm not sure if that's an infinite source. I don't want to mess anything up, so I won't be lazy. I'll come down to the river. There's our boats again, still just floating off each day. I do put them back every now and again, but it just gets a bit tedious at times. So let's create our own little infinite source here, like that. And then we just want to fill in the water all around here for our Aqueous Accumulator to work, like that. So now that is, there we go, getting water into it, feeding the water into there, and once I'm powering this, then the water and latex combine to make the little rubber, and we'll see that in action in just a second. So this is, oh okay, and that just run out of a log already, so that's why I've got quite a few on me. With 3 of these things eating away at this, it goes pretty quickly through the log, and we'll come on to how we kind of handle that in just a second. Now then, to power this, we are going to use a generator. So we've got 2 generators here. This is what one of them is for. Now I think I want the generator to go about here actually. And we'll come on to that in a second. But let's go and grab out, we've got loads of charcoal in here now. So let's go and chuck that into there. And get the leadstone flux ducts here to power this. Hang on a second. What have I done wrong here? I am using the wrong type of power. That's what it is. So basically, the pitiful generator needs to go in here, not this one. So let's get rid of that, like so. Okay, all good. So it's actually that that goes in there for obvious reasons. I will just run off and get some more wood, because basically that's what the pitiful generator creates power from. So we've got loads of wood, so that's not a problem, and it seemed to make sense that we'd use that wood for the fuel here anyway, so all good. Now, there we go, 1, 2, 3 in there. Now this should be getting power, it is, and there we go, tiny dry rubber. And on the uses for that, we can see that 9 of those will give us dry rubber. Now, that's all very good, and we could just be kind of done here. Like, we are done. We could leave that, creating the tiny dry rubber, and then manually create rubber and smelt it down. But where's the fun in that? Right? This is modded. And also, it's a bit tedious, using the recipe of 9 each time to do that. So, we're going to go one step further, and we're going to automate this process. So, what we need to do now is get these item ducts here, and we're going to feed these, and I'll probably go up like this, if I can aim correctly. Oh. Got stuck in the wire there. Let's grab that one. And this is going to go from here into an auto crafting table. Now, if I just show you very quickly, the auto crafter, we're going to use this one here from Tech Reborn. So, here guys is why we needed the iron plates. So let's go and get all of those now. And you'll see why we were making those obviously now. But also, as I said, they are useful for like a whole range of other machines going through this pack. So having that compressor setup is good. I definitely need to work on that setup in there, though. It's like very rudimentary, so we say. So definitely something to work on, but that's fine. So we go to the auto crafter. Here we go. Add one of those in. And is it a crafting bench we're missing? I think it is. Let's just make one of those up then in a second. It's always nice to be missing something so simple. So, okay, now. You can go there. Now, nothing's going into it for a second because obviously this has not got a servo on it. I just want to keep this for a second before we get into it. Now, from the auto crafting table, once it makes its rubber, that rubber then, I'm wondering if we have to output from the bottom. I'm going to try and output from here. And where's my, here we go, electric furnace. That's going to go there, like that. Okay, which will then output into a chest, and this is where our plastic will end up. So that's what the system looks like. Pretty sexy looking system, if I do say so myself. And then obviously we need to put servos on these things. So let's grab whatever we've got here for a second. Now what we need to do is do like that, so it knows now this is what it's trying to make. Okay, can we put that back in there? No, we're gonna have to wait for it to create more. Okay, well, let's make sure that our log is in place then for a second. Now, we're going to come on to the automation of this in a second. And what we need to do that is a block placer. So, where we go? Here we go. Block placer, that one there. Now, you see here, we need 4 plastic to make it. That's why we can't do it just yet, but we will get into that. So, is this now... Right, this is producing more plastic. So, let's get these servos going on. So, put a servo on there, and a servo on there, and one there. Now, we set all of these to ignore redstone so that they're just on at all times by default. There we go. And if we wait a little bit of time, you'll see that where this is just one on each one at the moment, it should, I say, start to get a little bit more than that. Let's see how we go here. Is this taking? Yeah, okay, it is taking them. There, oh, okay, it's put 6 all in there. Yeah, when I tested this, that didn't happen. It spread evenly amongst them all. So why that's happened now, I'm not sure. It's maybe because they all came at once, whereas at the moment they get produced one at a time, taken one at a time, and then go there. But this should work from now on, although there's an odd number there, which I'll sort out later. However, it is, of course, going to need a bit of power. So we need a generator on there. And, oops, I fell in my pool. We could have just done this. Let's chuck that in there and that in there. We could have just done this the easy way and have one generator, but we've got so much charcoal and resources that I thought this would be a better way to do it. So this is powered, ready to go. Oh, it does. It does output that way. Okay, brilliant. So there we go. The dry rubber goes in there. The plastic is created and ends up... Yep, there we go. It ends up down there, guys. There we go. So, not sure why it's doing this, though. Okay, this is a concern. Oh, wait, hang on. Now it shouldn't, because now it should be locked. I think that's what the issue was there. So that's... No, I was wrong again. Okay. Might need to figure out what's happening with this then. So that goes in there. It makes that. Maybe... Well, that now... No, that is saying locked. Perhaps it was on the unlock before. Because we want to obviously make sure that this recipe stays here at all times, right? And it should be doing that now. Let's see, how's that log doing? That's going to be dead soon. Okay, so trying to watch this, but it is taking a little bit of time. I think that's because the latex production is a little bit slow. But, I mean, it's still, you know, it's producing it automatically, which is awesome. I just want to make sure this works. For some reason, it took, you know, because it's supposed to get to 2 on every single one, make it, and then you've always got 1 left. That's the whole point of this thing. Now, how much plastic do we need? We need 4 plastics. We just need a couple more, and then we can get into this thing, the block placer, which is the thing that kind of makes the whole thing automated the whole way through. So let's just have a little look. All right, there we go. So this is how it's supposed to work. And now another one's come in, and it should just keep going like that, all times, making that up. Okay, I'm going to watch this for a bit off camera, and I'm also going to wait until we've got enough plastic to make the block placer, and then we can finish off automating this whole process, and we'll do a couple of other things as well just before we finish the episode. Okay guys, so the system seems to be working just fine now. I've already taken the 4 plastic we need out and put them in our storage system, and we've got 5 more here at the moment with more coming into play. So basically each time this all fills up to 2 evenly, makes the 1 rubber, and then just keeps 1 in each slot. So that seems to be all good now, all working just fine. So that's great. So basically we just got plastic constantly being put into this chest. May look to change that in the future and maybe have it automatically going into our storage system or something like that, but for now I just want to kind of keep an eye on things and how much we're making and all that sort of stuff. So just to finish off this system, what we need is the block placer, of course, and I can't spell it, but when I can, then we'll start making it. There we go. So we've got everything we need here. Block placer done. So let's take that off around here, and we want it to go like this. So want it to, well, actually it doesn't matter because I can turn it, but basically the black bit of the block placer needs to face in here. So we can look at that. There we go, and put that down there. So this now is being powered by this. So this is going to power both machines. What a little legend of a machine. Which is why this setup is done in this way. So we can now go to here and chuck in logs, and when that breaks, in fact, if we break it, it should still work. There you go. It gets automatically replaced. There you go. So, awesome. Now, we could look to automate getting some wood put into here and stuff, but you can see how many slots we've got. So, if we just fill a load of those up, then that should do the trick. So, in case you're following along at home, I'm just going to do a little walk around here of this machine just to go over how you actually build the system if you'd like to build it. So you can see here 3 tree, let me start again. 3 tree fluid extractors placed around the log like this. A servo on top of each of them, connected up to fluiducts, and that basically gets the latex out, and we take it then into our latex processing unit. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Remember, you right click these and just tell them to ignore the redstone and they will work. Then you got a block placer right next to that, and obviously to make the block placer you need to produce some plastic first, so that comes at the end. The pitiful generator just goes 1 back like this. Now you could even have it, you know, this over 1. I've just run the leadstone flux ducts there and have it directly powering it. I just kind of chose to do it this way, but you could do that if you wanted. And that is of course the latex processing unit there that's being powered by the pitiful fuel generator, as is the block placer. Then we've got the opaque item ducts taking us taking basically the little rubber it makes, this stuff, tiny dry rubber, into the auto crafting table from Tech Reborn. A servo then with more opaque item ducts taking the output, which is this stuff, into our electric furnace, and obviously then going down into a chest. So hopefully that's a good recap. You can ask me any questions. Of course, each of these being powered by a generator. I did mention before you could just do it with 1 generator if you wanted, but having 2 when you've got this much charcoal seems good. So if you need a load of charcoal, just go watch the video when I made that one. I'll put a link in the description to that if you would like. Now let's sleep, and then we're going to get into one last thing at the end of the episode, and that's going to be making up some armor and also doing a bit of enchanting. So we're going to set up a little enchantment area as well. Some of you guys get on to me a bit that I didn't have any armor when I went to the Nether, which, you know, fair point. I probably could have done a little bit better if I'd had some armor on, so we're going to get into that now. So I actually haven't thought where I want to put this, but let's just go and grab the stuff, because I did make the stuff earlier. So we want our enchantment table, of course, and let's see, we also want our bookshelves. There we go. Now, let's put these down here, and where do we want to do them? Maybe, actually, yeah, decided, let's do it in this corner. So I guess that could go... See, this is going to need tidying up, so maybe I'll do it 1 out, and then I can tidy up the back of it later. Is this going to give us enough space, though? That's the only thing. Potentially not. Yeah, okay, you know what? It's too claustrophobic here. We're going to go somewhere else. It was a bad idea, basically. Let's quickly make that back into a bookshelf and try to spell the word plank if we can. There we go. All right. Bad idea. Let's see. Where else could we put it? Let's come over this way. And for now, it doesn't matter too much where we put it, I suppose. So it could even just go around the back of here. Get rid of that torch. And we'll put it down like this. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 1 and 1. So you can enter from this way, which I'll change to that way later on. And then let's just go 1, 2, and because this is going to change, 3, 4. So eventually you'll enter from this way because it just makes more sense. Enchantment table in the middle, and if we put an item in there now, you can see we can enchant up to level 30. Now, what do I want to enchant? Well, I'm not 100%, but if we're going to make armor, I suppose I could enchant armor, but I always kind of feel like that's a little bit of a waste, really. Talking of the armor, let's jump in here a second and start making that up. So I've already got an iron helmet, so I don't want to make iron armor, I don't think. Or do I? How much iron have I got? You know what? I suppose I do have enough, so let's do that. So let's make our boots, our leggings, and our chest plate. There we go. So let's put all that back in the system. The other thing I want to see, I did some mining off camera, so we've got loads of diamonds right now, which is awesome. So we're going to make a diamond pick and see about enchanting up a diamond pick, because if we can get that, a good enchantment on that, like fortune or something, that would be pretty awesome. So let's put the armor on. There you go. Oh, I put my chest plate back in, didn't I? What a noob. There we... Nope, not the chest. The actual chest plate would be good. Oh, and we're going to need some lapis as well to get the enchantment done. Alright, let's see what we can get. If there's nothing good on the diamond pickaxe, then I might look to do some of the armor instead. So we'll see what we get offered. Alright, so we can get Unbreaking 3, Insight 1, Efficiency 1. Unbreaking 3 is not bad. Alright, let's do it. Let's do Unbreaking 3. Oh, Fuel Efficiency 3. Not 100% what that's for. I'm guessing if you combine it with machines. If anybody knows, let me know. I'm not very good at the different enchantments that you can get from modded stuff. I know the vanilla ones quite well, but the modded ones, yeah, it's not been something I've ever really got into. But there we go. We got a pretty cool shiny pick, and we got some armor, so that's awesome. Which I'm now going to take off because, you know, have to say goodbye with my actual pirate stuff, right? So I'm going to clean this up off camera and do like a path and stuff up around it. But that is basically the system, guys. And I say, if you have any questions, please do let me know down in the comments. But if you found this video useful for whatever it is that you're trying to do, or if you just enjoyed it, please do leave a like. It really is greatly appreciated. And of course, if you want to see more like this, then please do subscribe. But for now, guys, unfortunately, that is all I have time for today. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.